It's Christmas Eve. But for us, it's 8 days later. Luke chapter 2, verse 21. 8 days later, when the baby was circumcised, he was named Jesus, the name given him by the angel even before he was conceived. 8 days later, it was Jewish tradition to not name the child for the first 8 days. Do you remember in the book of Samuel, David had a child with Bathsheba? That child has no name because it died before it was 8 days old. When the child turns 8 days old, they were fairly confident that the child would not die of causes of infant mortality. So they waited 8 days to name the child. The child's name was Jesus. This does a couple of things. Jesus' very name, the Hebrew name was Yeshua. In Galilee, they spoke with an accent. They would swallow that last ah. So in Galilee, his name would have been Yesu. Translated into Greek, that is not a normal ending for a name. The normal ending for a name would add an S, a sigma. So you get Jesus, Jesus. Now, what's important about that is it identifies Joseph and Mary as socially lower class. They were from the hill country. Today we'd probably refer to them as rednecks, hillbillies. They were from the rural areas where people just scrimped and saved just to get by. In fact, the sacrifice that they made for their firstborn son was 2 turtle doves. The normal sacrifice would have been a lamb. But if you were poor, you could sacrifice 2 turtle doves. This identifies Joseph and Mary as poor. One of the reasons that we have a passion to reach out to vulnerable people today is because our Lord was born in a vulnerable family. Interesting. Jesus, the Son of God, the Messiah of Israel, was not born in a rich home with great fanfare. He was born in a humble home. He lived his life, not as a priest, not truly even as a rabbi. He never went to the rabbinical training schools. He was a constructor, skilled in shaping stone and wood. He'd put houses together for a living. That's our Lord. Today, let's remember the humble beginnings of our Lord.